Hi everyone, how you doing? Another Wednesday 5:05. My name is Ibitz. I'm a human behavior hacker. Some people hack computers, I hack humans, and I have fun doing it. Elba, I get it right?
Yes. Hi everyone, my name is Elba. I'm a human behavior hacker too, and I'm the CEO of Latin America.
I have a friend who gave me this notebook, says, brilliant ideas I had while I was drinking wine. It's so for me.
Yes,
I keep that next to my nightstand. Okay. Last week, we talked about the apologies or supposed apologies that Will Smith did to Chris Rock for slapping him during the Oscar. Because we already did an hour and a half, we decided we're going to do two shows. And the show today, we're going to talk about how Chris Rock need to be taught, how Will Smith talk to others. And we have an email today talking about OnlyFans, Courtney Cleany, the influencer, supposedly influencer who have 2 million followers and stabbed to death her boyfriend. And people was asking us to evaluate the video on the elevator. It's not enough data. We don't hear what is going on. The only thing that we can tell you, because we analyzed those situations before, that he's not agreed. He's not the aggressor. He's trying to protect himself. He tried to neutralize her. We can go deeper if we go to court, if we have more material, but I would like to have more context. Yes. The only thing I would say is do not assume, and I think from the Amber Heard case, we can understand, do not assume the male is always the aggressor. We say it more than once. There are so many cases that we work in court or with the police when the man is not talking about the aggression. They're not talking about verbal aggression or physical aggression. And that happened. Do not label people for the gender or for the ethnicity they have, because I hear horrible comments when I was researching the case this morning, because he's African American, because she was blonde, because he was jealous. Nothing justify violence. Nothing justify, I don't care what is your race or your ethnicity or who you are with. I do not accept that. No. Elba?
No, I think violence in all the terminology, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's about men or women. I think violence is not acceptable.
Nope, by any chance. So for the ones who write us to talk about the case, we're going to wait to have, I'm sure there are going to be more videos. I'm sure it's going to be more material. We're going to be checking on the case and we're going to go and analyze it with you. Now, let's talk about how Chris Rock received information and why Will Smith should do to get on Chris Rock to accept it.
Selling is a craft and a science. Come to learn with us the superpower behind behavior for sales. Human Behavior Hacker School.
How do Will and Chris need to communicate? Let's go to talk about that. But before that, you like the videos, you like to know every time that we're going to be posting, there are going to be news on September the 1st. We're going to be 2 weeks that you're not going to see us at all because we're doing a lot of changes, preparing new classes, new segments, and we're going to do a revamp, changing the website, the channel. Anyway, it's a lot coming on. So if you don't want to miss anything when we talk and we analyze and when news come in, go to our YouTube channel, put like, comment, be respectful, and hit the bell. If you see in this and maybe another channel, what you need to do is go to YouTube, look for Susan Ibitz, a human behavior lab. Now, I love this picture of Chris Rock. For all the pictures that we have, I think this is the best one when we can analyze his face. Elba, we were talking about face reading. And one of the things that we do in our classes, when after people finish learning the channels and the features in your face, is how you start a face reading. So let's do it how this was a client and somebody else want to know how to communicate with Chris Rock. That happens. Some client says, I don't want to learn face reading. I want to pay you to do a report. Tell me what to do. I make the money. I don't have time to learn it. That's the consulting cases that we do. So somebody else comes and says, I want to talk to Chris Rock. He's a possible client. I'm going to be prospecting this client to sell him or get it as or get who to take or buy my services. How will you start, Elba, with this?
I will start how he take the information. and I will start to show him things. Show him. Don't forget to show him anything, because if you start talking and you don't put image, or you don't use your hands, or you don't have something to he can have the image in his head, you will lose them. You will lose him. And don't
He
go
listen
low.
with his eyes. Actually, he listen with his eyes.
Listen with his eyes. So you need to show him. He needs to see. He will learn better if he can see it. So if you're going to sell a car, show the car, show the color, show everything that is inside the car, show the things that they need to be shown. Now, he's going to be the one that is going to take the decision in the moment. If he's not going to make the decision in that moment, it's not a good sell, because if he tell you, okay, let me see, I'm going to come back, he's the one that he's going to do it now. He's not going to let something for tomorrow. He is the one that is going to do it right now.
Yeah, it's not do it right, it's do it now.
It's do it now. So I think for me is the best part. The first part, you need to pay attention to him. He is so visual, and he needs the information fast. So he's going to incorporate everything really fast in his mind.
Most comedians that I know, when I read their interviews, or you see them outside the scope of acting or performing, or in this kind of improv, they tend to be extremely introvert shy. That not always has to do with, you can be an introvert and not be shy. He's an hermit, introvert, and shy. So he's really traditional on the way that he needs to be approached. Do not confuse the image that you put out there. The suit. It's not that you're a false person. If you need to go to a wedding, you're going to dress for the wedding. If you're going to go to the beach, you're going to be dressing for the occasion. So when people who have a public life, they dress for the occasion to be seen that way. Chris Rock is a completely different persona when he's in his private life than when he is talking. I hear some interviews with him, and how different, how structural he is, and how traditional on the all way, how things they need to follow, that is completely 180 degree how Will Smith will proceed regarding when we're talking about the ears and in taking information. He will be expecting a more formal sorry than the way that Will Smith has been trying to do it. What do you think?
Yes, he will expect something more like the structure, what happened, why, and the apology, and in a formal way, not just put a video, because he needs to follow the rules. Now, and you said one thing, Susan, we used to, in order to do what they do, especially Chris Rock, he is the one that he's going to be like the funny person in his work, but it's not the same in his personal life, because it's different. It's dependent on the custom you use of what you do. You need to create a character.
Mm-hmm. And he's really structural. He have an engineer mind in the way that he's intelligent, well-read. He research everything they need to do, but it's a person who like to follow orders and need to have a structure. Things they need to be done in certain way. What happened with people we call the engineer mind? And I keep seeing my videos doing this with my hands, with my assertiveness. God, I get it. Older you get, worse you get with this. It's called gerontology. I studied in Europe a long time ago in Poland. I took a class that what is gerontology? It's all the things you do as a young and how they're exacerbated when you're old. It's freaky. So what happened with him is, and I always give the same example, if you give them a furniture to be ensemble or something they need to put together, he's going to make sure that all the pieces, all the screws, all the tools, and everything that he needs to know proceed before he moves forward. He want to be aware the day before or the week before how things are going to happen. Now, how this affect on the way that you communicate with Chris. He need to know, you need to get things done on the way he need to receive it. He's not going to accept apology on the media because it's convenient to you. And let's rectify. And if you didn't see the analysis that we did on the Will Smith apology, at the end, he made Chris Rock look like he's not accepting the apology, that he is not, he's being non-rational, that Will Smith did everything they need to be done, but he never mentioned that he was sorry. So he apologized with Chris Rock, but he says sorry to his family, Will Smith family. He says sorry to Chris Rock family, his mom, his brother, but he never said to Chris Rock, Chris, I'm sorry. He says, I apologize. And we says, sorry is not apologizing. Apologizing is not sorry. They need to come together. I can say sorry, but I will not going to apologize. I can apologize, but says I'm not sorry. So remember that he never did. So you having a person that is so traditional, the way the things they need to be done, if Will Smith don't do it on the way they need to be done, it's never going to be received. And by the way, I think that either Chris Rock or somebody around him actually at this point have listened to any of the analysis done out there. We didn't, but we wasn't the first one, we wasn't the only ones, just everybody that does it in a different way using different channels. But in this case, it's going to get to like, dude, everybody says this is fake. And I think it's going to happen. Now, he have a particular eyebrow that I love, and I always I look on the side because I have a big monitor. These are not for fashion. I have it in all the colors. Believe me, it's not fashion. Yes. I'm blind like a bat. So he have a particular type of eyebrows. His BS filter, his managerial, and I would say I need to have all the information before I do the decision. You want to talk about those, or you want me to talk about those?
I just want to tell one thing, because it's the thing that I love of these eyebrows. He does his homework. Everything that he's going to do his homework first.
He is gonna have procrastination by perfection. Is the kind of person who tend to go, and some points says, dude, stop researching, stop doing research. You need to move forward. You need to make a decision. Are you gonna take the project? Well, I don't know all the scope. Doesn't matter. You need to move forward. You need to get it done. Now, is the kind of person who is not going to be the one who initiate things, but is going to be the one who finish. Now, the apology the Will Smith start doing, it couldn't have been a good way. And he, at the end of the day, is going to be the person who's going to decide when, how, and why that apology is going to be accepted. Because in this case, again, Will Smith is talking how he wants to give the information, but I think from all the years they have together, haven't reached Chris on the way that he needs to receive the apologies to get it done. He's a more managerial type. It's going to be the finisher, not the initiator. It's not that consistency. It's really good. So the way he needs to be talked is like, you tell me what I need to do for you to forgive me if it's any way that you can do it. That is the magical phrase who's going to get them to talk in a table. You tell me, what do I need to do to this happen? Maybe we're not going to be friends again, but I need to know that you understand, or what information do you need from me? What I can do to reach you. That is the way that Chris Rock needs to be approached. What else you see on him? Oh, by the way, yes. He have a BS filter on his personal life, more in the business. He is really critical of the people he allowed to be in his life, the people he allowed to stay in his life, and the people who he will be allowed to be in his personal life. I have the feeling, and you know what? You're not going to find any scandals with Chris Rock. He keep his personal life really private. It's not like Will Smith that entanglements, they put it out, everything out there, like everything need to be exposed. Chris Rock is way more private person and is more reserved on his personal side. And you can see their nostrils are different on the personal than the business. That tell me that he keep it more comprised. On his business side and his personal side, he's more the umbrella, taking care of everyone. What else you see, love?
Okay, I see something here that I like it. And it's how he talks. Why? Because he is the one that he doesn't have filters. When he needs to say something, he's going to say it. So it's a good thing too, because when, for example, with the apologies, if something is not going to be the way that he needs to be, he's going to say like, I don't care. I don't believe you. I don't like it. This is not the way that I need it. So he's like that. So he's not going to be like sugarcoating things.
So that's the way we insist when we talk with Elba, how people need to receive information. If he knew, Will Smith knew all those things about Chris Rock, because they know each other. They know privately, they know publicly, they know working for, I don't know if they work together any time, but they know each other. So you have a person who is not going to initiate, but is going to tell you what you need to do to initiate it. So if you ask on the right way, he's going to inform you. That happened the same when you have a client. It happened the same when you're a lawyer. It happened the same in a friendship and a relationship, even to when you need to go to the supermarket or get whatever you want to buy or you want to sell. The person is going to tell you, you need to do the right questions. You need to address the situation on the way the person needs to be addressed. Everybody running. I was talking with somebody the other day, a lawyer, and says that he is really concerned from the new generations because they don't know how to ask questions. They don't know how to talk. Yes. And you need to remember, it's the only time in a long time that we have all the generations on the workforce. We have the 20s and we have people on the 60s who are retiring later. So I'm 50, you're in your 30s. The person who need to sell to me is not going to be, I need to talk to someone. I don't like chatbots. I hate chatbots.
I hate it too.
We are in the process to purchase a couple of services on the company, and we are eliminating companies where we write an email, we don't have a reply, we don't have anybody to talk, we don't have customer service. We need people we understand. Everybody assuming that all the videos and chat in 180 words is going to work. No. So the new generations are going to have problems to communicate. So if you're a new generation, you need to learn and understand, and it's not what you have to say. It's happened to in another system that I was about to work last year, and I talked to someone like, well, it's on the website. Like, if I made an appointment with you, it's because the website is not clear to me. I'm not a techie person. Technological. I'm a techie because live long and prosper. But I'm not a technological person. I need you to explain me. Well, you need to hire, like, no, if I need to hire someone plus your service, I'm not going to hire a service. So you think this is ridiculous? Start talking around. Start communicating with a different generation. You need to talk how they need to receive information. That is what is happening here. They have a different way they communicate. And Will Smith is losing a huge opportunity if he would pay attention, and instead to be so self-centered about the apologies I want to give you, instead the apology he needs. And I would say, I don't want to see this guy pissed off.
Because no, I don't. Because he's like going to be like a knife cutting since he start like, no, thank you. Because he doesn't have filters. And another thing I think is it make coherence with him. He's really fast when he's taking. And when he's talking, when he talks about the outside, not the inside. So I think that thing makes him be a good, how do you call that? I don't know how to call that. A funny person, but it has another name.
Tell me in another language.
Lo hace hacer una buena persona, un buen cómico.
Oh yeah, he's a good comedian because of this aspect. He verbalized everything, and he can utilize his personal feelings, other people's stories, put it together, and tell a joke about that.
And he can think fast, and he can change everything really fast.
And that would happen on the Oscars. I don't know if I would have the recoup that he have. So if you see in this analysis about Chris Rock and you want to go back to watch the video of the slap, I would just take a look. It's admirable the way he recovered for the slap and how professional. He never says, I need a break. No, he keep going. Somebody yelled to me when I'm driving. I paralyzed, like, what? Why are you yelling to me? He kept moving. So that is something to say that he can recover. He can go faster for the reasons you says. And he's a fighter. He have fighter cheeks. And he have a big chin and a square chin. It's a big bulldog. And when he get the piece, until he doesn't see blood, he does not stop. I don't think that he is going to stop having a grudge. What happened with Chris Rock ever. I don't think this accepting apology is going to happen ever, except that the same way Will Smith have the pressure to apologize, Chris Rock need to have the pressure to be say, okay, I take your apologies, but I don't think it's going to happen.
No, because I think this is not about what Will Smith needs. This is about what Chris Rock needs.
Yeah, completely different. Anything else, or we can go to Will Smith?
We can go to Will Smith.
Oh, yeah, I forgot my coffee. I leave it outside. I leave it on my counter. Okay, Will Smith. We are talking in general. At the end, we're going to show pictures, actual pictures of what happened on the media on the week that Will Smith did the apologies. Actually, one of the pictures from the apologies. Now we talk with Will Smith. What are the characteristics on the years, if you want to take it first, that let's talk about Will Smith and let's do the comparison on the last picture. Tell me about Will Smith, how he needs to receive and talk information.
Okay, first, he is the one that he needs the information in a visual way too, and he is the one, and he's the one that is going to be thinking outside the box. He's going to do, for example, the apologies for him is like, this is a different way to do it, and I think this is the way that Chris is going to accept it. And no, he is like, everything needs to be outside the box. He is the one that can see how things can be different and which point he can change and make the difference and put his fingerprint. So he's like that. Now, in his business side, he takes more time to intake the information. In his personal, he goes fast. So
and I think it's coherence with the way he reacts with the
yes,
with the joke.
Because it was something about his family, something personal. So for him it's like, okay, I see this, I'm going to act right now. It doesn't matter if it's right. It's right now.
Yep. And he hide all the time the way that he communicate, and they have a lot of similitudes. So the same way that Will Smith got a grudge against Chris is going to have a grudge against Will Smith because they're both stubborn like mules.
Yes, both are the same. And at this point, Will Smith in this picture, he communicate at the same way that Chris Rock. How? He doesn't have filters in this picture. He is going to talk and say whatever he wants to say without thinking if he's hurting someone else.
Yeah, that's it. So we did analysis on Will Smith last week. So I think it's more important about not Will, but Chris. So let's talk about the comparison with both. Do you have anything else you want to say here, love?
No, I think you're right. It's we already did this, I think, twice already. So we just want to point some things so we can go to analysis from both.
Okay, let's talk about both. Now, the Will Smith that we have today doing the apology is different than the Will Smith that we have 4 months before the Oscar. Do you want to point it? The difference on the intaking information?
Yes, the ears. He became more diplomatic in his.
We're talking about Will Smith first.
Will
the
Smith.
left one.
The left one, yes. The Will Smith, in his business side, he became more diplomatic. He needs to put like the things like in the middle and put the balance so he can make decisions. But in his personal, he's still being like thinking outside the box.
Yeah. And what happened with Chris Rock?
He'll still be, he's more formal. He needs like, okay, are the rules. These are the instructions. I will follow them. So I don't care if you try to be polite with me, because you tend to be like that. I need you to do the things in a way that I need, like the formal apologize, the step by step. What happened? So you apologize with me. What do you need to say to me?
And one of the things on the process information on the eyebrows is that Will Smith is more reactive. He reacts fast because he have a short temper. When Chris Rock is more passive, he take more time to process things before he does something. You're not going to see Chris Rock taking decisions like, because it's not spontaneous. It's not going to be like, where that's coming from. Actually, it's really analyzed. Most people would say that maybe he is impulsive and actually have a train of thoughts where everything is going to happen on the head. Example, he decided to move to, I don't know, from California to Seattle. He's going to move. Now, he's not going to tell you that he's thinking about moving until he doesn't need to talk to you because maybe you're involved or inform you like, yeah, this part is to let you know that I'm moving to Seattle. Like, what, dude, that is really impulsive. Like, no, I've been thinking about it. I'm looking for houses for a year and a half. Why you didn't tell me? Like, because you have nothing to do with the process. When Will Smith says, yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. It's more impulsive. And you can see that on the length of the eyebrows. What else?
Yes, I think another thing that we talk about, Will Smith is a person that likes to put things outside the box and things like that. And now he's diplomatic too. Now, Chris Rock follows the rules. And he needs, in making a video, to do the apologize, instead to go with him, like knocking the door, like the old times, knocking the door, ask for him and try to talk to him.
He says he reached to him, and Chris says that he's going to reach back when he is ready. But I don't disagree maybe with the fact to do a public apology. I wouldn't put it, because the truth to be told, I was thinking after we did, okay, let's go to, and we do the summary. Let's talk about the summary. I think it's a couple of things. So, Elba, if people need to talk to you, where they need to go?
You need to go to elbahumanbehaviorlab.com. And for you, Susan?
You can contact me to susan@humanbehaviorlab.com.
Selling is a craft and a science. Come to learn with us the superpower behind behavior for sales. Human Behavior Hacker School.
Regarding the apology, and let me know if you think about, that's what we says with Elba. We don't talk about what we're going to talk because it's important that we are spontaneous with this. It's not, we don't prepare. Sometimes we don't agree and it's okay to not agree. After I reviewed the show, when I was doing the editing, I was like, this is, the apology has nothing to do with Chris. It has to do with Will Smith. No. Because even the way it's like, I think it's more an apology for the public. And like, why you didn't apologize with Chris? It's replying to people on the audience, but do not address the situation with Chris. The addressing the situation with Chris would be like, dude, we have been friends for 25 years. I know your family, you know my family, you know my situation. I was under all this stress. I messed it up. I put my foot in my mouth. I act the way I shouldn't be doing. No, he was apologizing for the public, because remember, the public says like, we don't want to watch Will Smith movies. We don't want to talk to him. We don't want to see you. Producers are dropping him. Yada and the family are complaining that doors are closing. So I don't think in any point has nothing to do with Chris and has everything to do with Will Smith and the perception on the public more than the real, I'm sorry for what I did. What is your perception?
Okay, I have one thing here, and talking about that, the way that he apologized and knocking the door and things like that. What if, before he answered to the public and say what he said, can be better if he said like, okay, you know what? I haven't talked to him. Until I talk to him, I will talk more about this. Why? Because it was about Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And not talking about the apologies, or for example, something like, okay,
Hyper-produce.
Yes, people are asking me like what happened, and now I have the chance to tell you this public and tell you that I'm apologize with you, we have been friends and things like that. Not putting the ball to Chris Field and saying like, okay, this is up to him. I tried to, but he says no. I don't think like this was for the people, but we say it before and we say in our show, it's like, this is not about the people. This is about Chris, and he was supposed to go first.
Yeah, and you can use the media. I was talking with a PR crisis person this morning who used to be a journalist, and we were talking again that it's not, media is not CNN and Fox anymore. Media is this. Mm-hmm. Media is Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Mm-hmm. That is media. So yes. If you want to use all the media available to get the message, because, okay, I don't know how much of what I says or sent to you are you reading or be read by your assistant. So I'm using this channel to make official my apology and tell you things that I didn't have the chance to tell you in person because we haven't talked. Dude, you're talking about your marital problems, your wife beat with another man, yes. But you cannot man up to apologize to somebody you hurt. What is wrong with you? So it says, use the media. Like, everybody mess it up. Everybody's human. And he says he's human. Great. But own it. Own why it happened. Apologize from the heart and says sorry, and not make a story and like do a video that we talked about already. Make something informal, make it more human. But all the people that we were analyzing and asking, and we evaluated doing no census, like showing the video to people to see when they have reactions. All the people, like, they don't believe it. They don't feel that it was honest. They don't feel that was coming from the heart. Actually, most of the people, they evaluate to see what is the reaction, because we do that for jury and media and things like that. We says, well, since we are here, let's put this to see how people evaluate. And most people think more disgusted, more mad against the situation and what he did. One of the things that the reason you need to be careful when and how you got to the media, people start forgetting about the event, and he's doing the apology so late. The only thing that he did when the fire was almost done, he just put gasoline to put it again. And he put gasoline and now he burned the forest when actually he was only burning a couple of leaves. What is the analogy? Now, doing the apology wrong, it was worse than not doing the apology publicly before. That's what is called crisis control, crisis management. It's not what you want to do, it's how and when to do it. If you don't address the situation, people are gonna forget. If you're gonna address the situation, you need to address that even you don't agree that the reason he has so many people working for him, they should have done the things on the right way, is it's too late to do it. And if you're gonna do it, you're really gonna need to drop your pants, dude.
Yes, I agree with you. And it's like, okay, he can say it like, I apologize for this, and do it like a real apologies to Chris Rock, and at the end says like, you know what, I'm telling this public, but I want you to reach you in private to tell you the same.
Yes, ma'am. Anything else? We have a short show. Okay, for people, the next 2 Wednesdays, we are not gonna be live, and we're not gonna be recording either. Let you know. We are redoing all the websites that we have. We're redoing the channel. We're preparing new things, getting on the newsletter, writing more articles. So now our newsletter, now I think is going to be on Thursday because we have so much information. Anyway, we are not disappearing. We're taking a break, a brainstorming sabbatical to work double the work we're working now. So we're not going to be here. We are not disappearing. So I will see you guys on the first week of September. Elba, I'm gonna miss the recording, but we're gonna see each other a couple of times a day now.
Yes, we're still going to see each other. So we are going to work a lot. So be prepared. We have a lot of things for you. So we see you.
Yeah, and we are preparing the next class on our platform. And guess what? It's gonna be about body language, micro expressions, and a lot of things all together. Nobody have done it yet. My love. See you in public in 2 weeks. Actually, I see you later for a meeting. Bye,
Okay.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
By the way, put down what do you think about our analysis. You can disagree. We don't have any problem with that. Just be respectful.